How y'all doing? My name's EJ. You've tuned into the EJ's Guitars and Music channel, and today I'm going to talk about recording your electronic drum set remotely into the Tascam Model 16. I happen to be sitting at an Alesis Strike Pro Special Edition kit. It's the one with the 22-inch kick drum and the white heads, complete kit. And I'm going to record remotely on this kit and then record it into the Tascam Model 16. Well, the reason I want to share how to do that is because if you don't have your Tascam right beside you and you're not recording into a computer, but you want to utilize the awesome recording capabilities of the Tascam Model 16, well, it's a pain in the butt to get out from behind your kit, go to the Tascam, set everything up, push record, come back, and try to play your set, whatever, or your groove, whatever you want to play. And then hopefully you don't have any mistakes or anything like that. Well, this will solve the problem. Most electronic drum kits, quality electronic drum kits, is going to have an onboard recording capability. And so what I'm going to be doing is recording onto the actual Alesis Strike SE module right here. And then I will replay that and record it into the Tascam Model 16. And so that's what this video is about, and how to do that. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so this is the Alesis Strike Pro SE module, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the kit that I want. Hopefully you can see that. And so I'm going to go down to acoustic kit, and then I'm going to go over and I'm going to scroll down. I like this pop maple kit, so I'm going to record that. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check my mixer and make sure my settings are, this is typically where I have my equalizer at, but I just want to make sure that I've got it to where I want to turn the sampler down just a little bit, just so I can experiment with it before actually recording the Tascam. So I got all my cymbals approximately the same value. I'm going to turn these up just a little bit, and my toms, I like my toms pretty loud, so I got them turned up. And then the hi-hat, I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. You see it's real time. You move the fader and it adjusts on there. So that looks pretty good. And so next step, I'm going to go back to the kit, push kit, and so there's the kit, pop maple, and I'm gonna actually set my tempo. So I'm going to push the tempo button, hold it, and I'm going to scroll this wheel, and I'm going to take it down to 110. All right. Now that's really if you're going to play with a metronome. I don't think I'm going to, but I might. I don't know, when I record this I might actually use that metronome. And when you use the metronome in your recording, it doesn't actually go on to the recording. You only hear it through the headphones. And so that's a super cool feature of this kit. I don't know if all kits are like that, but this one is. And so the next step is you're going to push this record button, and it's going to open up this menu, and you'll see that says auxiliary input. Well, that's not what you want. What you want, you use the scroll wheel, is you want internal. And so there it is, internal. And so that tells me how much space I have left to record. And the next step is I just push record. And when I do that, either the metronome's playing or not, and then I just get to beating on these drums. So that's all there is to it. And once I get this recorded, I'll show you what the waveform looks like and how to get it from here to your Tascam Model 16, which I have over there. All right, let's get started. Okay, so at this point, I've got it on that screen that you just saw, and I've got it switched to the source is internal. And I'm going to be listening to this headphones, but also I've already got this going to the Tascam Model 16, so the camera can pick up the audio for syncing purposes, so I can sync the actual recorded audio to this track. And I'll show you how I did that here in a minute. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay down this portion, and so you can kind of get an idea of what's going on. So I'm going to put on my headphones, and all I'm going to do is simply push on this screen, push record, and get to playing. Alright, now push stop, and now it's actually writing the loop. And I'll switch cameras so you can actually see what this wave pattern looks like. Alright, so I stopped the recording and it created a loop. Now you can actually name that loop. I'm not going to get into all that, but that's what the actual waveform looks like. And so if you hit this start button, and you can scroll, and you see how that line advances, and if you want to trim off, like if there was a separation or you had to restart or something like that, you can take it right to the beginning of the clip that you want. So I'm just going to do that for simplicity purposes, because there is going to be a delay when I record it onto the Tascam, simply because of the time it takes me to walk from here, pushing this play button and getting over there to monitor it. I mean, because I'm going to have the record running on the Tascam before I do this. But anyways, that's your track, and you can actually just push play now, and you're hearing it through my monitors as this is playing through the Tascam. And I've tried push and rewind. It doesn't advance that thing back, the actual time marker. When you just push play, it automatically just starts it over. So that's all that'll happen. So right now I'm going to go over to the Tascam and get that set up to record this track out of this drum module. Alright, so I'm sitting here at the Tascam and I'm getting ready to set it up so I can actually record what I recorded on the drum module actually onto the Tascam itself. Now my drum leads are coming in right here, and I have two of them because it's a stereo kit and I have it pan left and right. Now when I was playing it, I'll show you up close. When I was playing it, I had these switches set to live, and it really didn't matter about this because I was just wanting to record sound coming out of my monitors just so the camera could capture it so I could sync it all up. But at this point, you're going to leave it at live, and you're going to go down here, and of course I have that panned left and right and unmuted. Got my levels up. I'm just turning them up to 0 here. Got my mains on, PFL depressed, and everything else is muted. And then I've got a track, and I just named it Groove 0001, and that's where I'm going to record this at. So I cleared all the tracks, so there's nothing on any of these tracks. And at this point, I'm going to arm the record buttons here. And you might have to do this a couple times just to get your levels right. So as that plays through, you're going to monitor your output right here and to determine if the gain needs to go up or down. Now I've already done this, so that's pretty much where I want it. And now as it's recording, you can change it or start over if you need to. But right now I'm just going to push record, and I'm going to go push play on the drums. So I'm at the kit, and I simply push play. Alright, so that's it. Push stop here. It's rendering it. Alright, and I'm going to push stop again because that rewinds it all the way. Now I'm not real sure where it's going to start. See, you see I have a marker there that was really from the last time that I did this kind of experimenting with it. So at this point I'll turn record off, and then I'll turn it to multi-track recorder, and now I'll push play. And there's a bit of a delay because I had to walk over to the kit and push play. And whenever it gets to where it actually starts, you can press mark, and that way you can always advance right to it if you're going to play some guitar over it or whatever. So it seems like there's quite a there it goes. Okay, so it's recorded on here. Now at this point, what I would want to do is I would back this up to where I think it started. It was run around this area. I think I'm going to go to 17, and I'm going to push play. Okay, so I'm going to just put a mark at 17. And that way, if you push stop, it backs up all the way. Now I already have a mark there, so I can delete that mark. And I'll fast forward to that mark. And then I'm going to undo that mark. You mark clear? Yes. Okay, so that mark's gone. And now I'll fast forward again to the second mark that I've just made. Push play. And there you have it. And then you can track it all the way to the end. And that way, if you're going to lay down, your guitar parts, you know where the drums actually start, and then you can actually, you know, start playing your guitar parts or whatever other instrument you're going to play right there. All right, guys. I hope you found that helpful. So that's all there is to it, to recording your electronic drum kit remotely onto the Tascam Model 16. Super easy. You'll have to anticipate there's going to be a delay unless you have the Tascam right beside you. But this way, you can, if you have multiple takes, you know, you've made a mistake or whatever, you can just keep it all on the drum module and just keep starting over, deleting those files. There's quite a bit of room. Usually on most electronic drum kits, there's quite a bit of room. That one has quite a lot of room to record on. And then you have it saved in two places. You have it here. If there's something wrong, you can re-record it from your module on here, readjust your gain levels and all that, and get it just perfect. So it's really a common sense setup, and kind of a saver too. You know, if you did mess up on your initial take, you can adjust your gain levels and just record it again. So I hope you found that helpful. And I appreciate you watching. If you'd be so kind, please hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Let me know what your experiences are, if you have any tips or whatever. And I just really appreciate you guys watching. Now I'm going to actually record a drum part and put me a song together. All right, guys. Let's try to keep America, or make America metal again. Oh, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.